Okay, doing something a little bit different today. Welcome to my students who this stream is really being broadcast for. I'm teaching an intro to audio production class at the University of Colorado, Denver, and trying to be a little bit more interactive, even though it's a fully asynchronous online class. So we're going to be doing a couple of these streams this semester, specifically for you guys, about different topics. And let me know in the chat, and I'll remind you throughout the stream. Let me know in the chat if you're one of the students from the class, and make sure when you ask questions and leave comments and stuff that you mention that you're some of the students. So what we're doing today is like a songwriting demo. We've been talking about digital audio workstations in class, and now we're getting into some career choices. And so what the focus of this particular stream is that we're going to be looking at kind of the more creative musical part of the songwriting process, but how it gets supported by the audio tools. And so that's what we're looking at specifically right at the beginning here. And then additional streams later in the semester will cover things like the different learning groups that we're doing in class. So the engineering, we'll talk a little bit more about mixing and mastering. We're going to do one more about producing, and we're going to do one more about live sound. And so we're going to do streams on each of those topics for each of the learning groups, because it's one thing to be in a class in person on campus. It's another thing to be in an online class. And I feel like this is a good way to bridge that, because we're not doing any in-person lectures. This at least is a way to have that interaction. So cool. Let's dive in. And I know some of the students, they have the option to watch this later as well. So I'm going to also just prep it up in that way. We're using Logic for this. That's my tool of choice, Logic Pro. It's a great workstation. It has a lot of features for songwriters, and songwriting is one of the things that I'm personally passionate about. It's something I use in my teaching, in my class development, and my own creative work. And so I really like having that option to be able to use this tool to make songs. And it has a lot of features that are designed with the songwriter in mind. And by that I mean, sure, there's a lot of different pieces of software you can use to make music, but in this case, I find this one, first of all, speaks my language. I like how it's laid out. I like how it works, so it speaks to me personally. But then it also brings some tools. So let me give you a couple examples right at the beginning of my songwriting process. Obviously, I'm going to go somewhat fast sometimes, but you can always rewind and see what I'm doing. But right here is this little button that opens the global tracks, and there's an arrangement track. So with the arrangement track, it's kind of what you might think. It sets up the arrangement of your song. So I'm going to do an intro. It has, kind of generic lengths for some of these things, but in this case, I'm going to make the verse from bar 5 through the end of bar 20. And then we'll do a chorus. I doubt that's going to be long enough. I can do it this way as well. I can just drag it out. And I'm not sure of the verse. I usually tend to do extra long verses. That's okay. And then a bridge, right? So those are the main segments of my song. Perfect. Here's how a tool like Logic in this case is super helpful. So I'm going to first of all create the arrangement. Next, I'm going to just add a drummer track. And the drummer track then is going to add drums in the styles of each of those sections of the song. Now, this is just the default pop songwriter drum kit. It's my default right now. But here's like the intro. Here's a verse pattern. Chorus. you can hear how it's building, but it's actually matching what a typical thing would be. And then down below, I can actually go through and customize the actual patterns. I can make them louder, softer, simpler, more complex, change the drum components and the patterns and the overall feel. So I can actually customize each of these now, but I'm going to leave it as the default. I don't have any specific thing prepared for this, but for any of you who are songwriters, you know that you're always kind of preparing something in your brain, right? So we're going to use that kind of pattern, or not pattern, that instrument. The vintage keys is what it's called in Logic. It's like a Rhodes style, but it's more than just a Rhodes. It's like a bunch of vintage electric piano sounds. Sounds great. As kind of a songwriting thing. So I'm going to just play a little bit and see where we go. I'm not even going to record at the beginning. I'm just going to hit play and just mess around for a second. And it turns out I like that enough. I'm going to turn on this thing in Logic called Capture Recording because I did not record that, but I ended up liking what I did. There's a functionality in here that's always listening to whatever you play with a MIDI keyboard. And so I'm just going to hit that button and have it bring that in for me. And I did start just a hair late. We can do a lot of editing tools here, but right now I'm just going to pull these over to the beginning so it starts right on the beat. Was that it? Oh, there's one more. Editing. Okay, cool. And I like the drums, but I'm already thinking I want to see how these fit together, so I'm going to make them louder using one of our louder tools. It's a little rough. It could use some more editing. Right off the bat, though, another feature I use in Logic, at least quite a bit, is called the groove track. I'm going to set the drums as the groove track, and then I'm going to have the keys part match the groove track. And it's going to change the timing. So it's like the two musicians, if these are musicians, are now playing together. And of course, I played that first key part, like totally improvised off the cuff. I don't even remember what I did. So I'm going to have to read the music the second time for the bass part so I can actually hit the bass part in the right notes. I'm going to actually record this time so I can lay it in. Okay, so bass part also going to match the groove track because the timing is, I'm making this stuff up as I go. It's not rehearsed, it's improvised, so timing always suffers, for me at least. Trying it down an octave too. Cool. I want it to blend in a little bit more even from the beginning, so I'm just going to take out some of the high frequencies of the bass. And I already know right now, if you're on headphones, the sound of the bass is really narrow in the middle, so I'm going to spread it out as well. Just because I know that I want it to be this huge underneath thing. So let's do stereo spread. It's going to take a narrow sound and make it wider. Can't tell if I like this particular chord progression or not, but we're going to find out. So I'm going to add piano here. Not just a normal piano. I'm going to mangle it, but we're going to start with a normal piano. And I'm just going to copy and paste the original key part. But we're not using how that sounds. I'm going to use like a mangler in a way to change the piano. So this is the... And I'm already going to start panning things. So panning things means moving sounds into one side of our headphones, left or right. So the original key part, I'm going to move over to the left. And then this new piano mangled thing, I'm moving over to the right. Now that I'm layering at least 4 things together, normally in the mix we would start to sculpt the frequencies and things, but sometimes in the songwriting I need to know if it's going to work. Right now that top piano part sounds, or the electric key sounds too muddy. And so I'm going to pull out some of that thickness of the sound to see if it's going to fit. And I want to add just one audio effect to all of this. So right now, everything's like dry in its own, like, sounds like it's recorded in a recording studio with no space around it. And so I'm going to go through and add, let's see. I'm going to add a space around all of it. Just a generic space right now. Except for I think the bass, actually, I don't want to do anything with. Rarely do we want to put bass in extra space, but we are going to use what's called a reverb, chromaverb. This is a pretty good reverb. I have my favorite presets in here. Vocal plate is one of them. As long as I come through and sculpt it a little bit, it's pretty good. So in class, this semester, we're going to certainly be learning more about some of these effects and things. Each area, producers, the musicians, and the engineers, because these tools are used in pretty much all of the creation of music. And so what I'm doing right now is providing perhaps an overview. And then when we start to dig into some of these tools, then you'll have a better understanding of kind of the purpose of them, rather than just being said, use these tools. You don't know what they're for yet, but this is kind of like the big picture, and then we'll be able to add stuff to it, which is kind of cool. Okay, let's work. I'm thinking about maybe also doing a little bit of vocal recording to showcase that a little bit, but I want to work on the chorus for a minute. So we're going to keep this simple, right? I mean, that sounds, there's only 4 tracks there, right? Okay. I'm just listening to it because I need to make sure that whatever we do for the chorus makes sense. We can't just build 2 independent things from each other. We need them to actually fit. The first thing has some movement. It's almost like that could be a chorus part itself. We may end up switching them. I don't know yet. But I like it. I like the parts there. It's almost like the second half is too different from the first half of the verse, but I think we can make that work. It was improvised. Let's see, what do we want? I think we'll let the chorus actually be a step back and then bridge up. And because this is software, I can just copy and paste, right? So this part I'm not going to copy and paste. I'm going to do something a little different. And now I did get Thiago saying, hi, I think the electric bass would be better. And the notes together. Oh man, there's like something covering up your last word. With kick. Maybe. Again, keep in mind this is songwriting, which means we're going for form and function. The actual parts could be very different in the end. I don't always, in my own stuff, do a lot with the kick and the bass, and I definitely don't think I'm going to use electric bass in this case. Because there are times when, like for instance, if this was your song and that's what your aesthetic would be, then great. I think it would be amazing. But I do think with a lot of the stuff that I'm doing that's really heavily synth based and not guitar based, then I don't do that as much. Let me see if this piano thing is going to work, but I'm going to do a different part than the keys above. Almost still feel like this is more of the verse than the chorus, and I have them reversed, but we can fix that too if we want to. Let's hear how the two sound together real quick. Okay, so I don't like anything about that yet. That may just be what I'm hearing for the melody in there, so I'm going to have to figure that out. Let's add, before I do some more vocals, I want to actually try a vocal pass of something, but let me add that bass part in real quick. So we're going to do same thing here with the score. Yeah, so I'm turning on the score part for that so I can just read the notes I was doing. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're going to have to do a couple passes to find the right thing. like that one. I think the best so far. Oof, we'll see. Okay, so I got to change. Because of the live stream nature of this, it's actually really hard to record vocals because there can be a delay, but you're going to lose my whole voice for a second because I have a preset set up on my audio hardware where I can do this and have less delay, but you're going to lose me for 1 second. And then I should be back. Okay, now I'm back inside the project. So you're hearing my voice now through Logic. So what we're going to do is EQ my voice. I sing through a signal chain whenever I do this, so you can hear my voice is changing. And I do use pitch correction. I'm not what I would consider traditional vocalists. I'm sure there's tons of you in the class who are like amazing singers. That's not me exactly. What key? We are doing this kind of like an A minor, so let's just get that set up. There we go. And we can go all the way D tuned, but I'm also going to put a volume leveler on here just to smooth out the voice a little bit. Okay. Last but not least, same room as everything else. So now you should hear me in a space, right? Okay, let's try. I don't have any words at all, so we're going to make up some words, but I'll write them down as we go, so that way we can harmonize. Oh, yeah, I don't want that. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Those of you listening on the stream, I need you to give me a topic for the song. Just give me something to sing about. Put it in the chat right now. There's at least 8 of you watching. So, first one to get the topic in, as long as it's appropriate, I'll use it. Put it in while I'm thinking of melodies. Okay, put it in, come on. Black hair. Oh. there was never there. It was the thing I wanted more. It was the hair. No, that's stupid. Na 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 na. And so I came around the corner. No 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 no. So I talk to you tonight about the things that always scared me in the dark, things that made me run away forever. Here we go. I need to know that it was you. I need to know that it was everything to me, working in the hair. And so I see you standing in the distant night. I see the way that you are looking now. No, 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 no. And so I turned around to see what was going on. And so I see. And so I turned around to see you standing there. Recognize the shape and the blackness of your hair. Okay. Starting. And so I turned around to see you standing there. Recognize your shape in the darkness. Still I see the blackness of your hair. And so I turned around to see you standing there. Recognize your shape and the blackness of your hair. I see the breeze. I hear whispers. It's like a dream, maybe, right? Whisper. I hear the whispers of your soul, and I lose all control. And so I turn around to see you standing there. I recognize your shape and the blackness of your hair. I hear the whispers of your soul, and I lose all control. All control. Go back to the hair rhyme. This isn't real. There, hair, where? I know this isn't real. Wish I knew where. That doesn't fit. Okay. Okay, let's just do that far of it. Shorten it. So I turned around to see you standing there. I recognize your shape and the blackness of your hair. I hear the whispers of your soul, and I'm losing all control. I know this isn't real. I wish I knew just where. Okay, let's go just that one. Ooh, no, 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 no. Okay. So I turned around to see you standing there. I recognize your shape and the blackness of your hair. I hear the whispers of your soul, and let's see, delete that. I need the Command D, copy and paste. Vocal 2, so we're going to just layer a harmony part. So I turned around to see you standing there. Recognize your shape and the blackness of your hair. I hear the whispers of your soul, and I lose all control. I know this isn't real. I wish I knew just where. And so I turned around to see you standing there. Recognize your shape. Okay, I don't like any of that. We're gonna start it over. It's not fitting the word, the music. So, don't know. Start over. Maybe the words are okay. I don't know. The melody. And so I turned around to see you standing there. Recognize your shape and the blackness of your hair. Hear the whispers of your soul, and I lose all control. I know this isn't real. Just wish I knew just where. And so I turned around to see you standing there. Let's see. And so I turned around to see you standing there. Recognize your shape and the blackness of your hair. Hear the whispers of your soul, and I lose all control. I know this isn't real. I just wish I knew. That's also part of it. I don't like those words. Oof. So I turned around to see you standing there. Recognize your shape and the blackness. It's like too obvious. Let's keep that up there for a second, even though it's not working. And think of, so again, let's do a talking channel. Okay. So I'm using all the tools here, the notepad. I'm using the vocal effects to help me be able to sing and brainstorm without worrying too much about production. So it's like logic is a big part for me of this process in the songwriting. I get to go closer to the end of where I want to be in the songwriting process. Faster. Am I still talking? Yeah, okay, cool. So I get to go faster and hear how the idea is working out sooner. Check, 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 check. But I don't know if I like those words. You told the truth. Let's see. No, 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 no. Now I know that it was you. Left the lies behind and finally told the truth. I know that it was always going to be the thing that it was never going to do. And now I know that it was you. Left the truth behind. And na 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 no 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 no. Okay. And now I know that it was you. You left the lies behind and finally tell the truth. We'll still get black hair in here at some point, but... And now I know that it was you. Finally left the lies behind and told the truth. Yeah. Now I know that it was you. Finally left the lies behind. Na 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 na. That it was you. Finally left the lies behind and told the truth. How many years has this become? From the time you haven't left your youth. It's a classic story of unmature people. And now I know that it was you. Finally left the lies behind and told the truth. How many years has this become? From the time you haven't seemed to leave your youth. Finally left the lies behind and told the truth. How many years has this become? From the time you haven't seemed to leave your youth. To leave your youth. Okay, this will be... Da, 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 da. It was you. Finally left the lies behind and told the truth. How many years has this become? From the time you haven't seemed to leave your youth. Okay, cool. I don't know. Songwriting, right? Am I right? Now I know that it was you. Finally left the lies behind and told the truth. Why are my drums sound so weird? Now I know that it was you. That's what went wrong, the drums. Freaked out. Okay, cool. Cancel. Do, 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 do. There we go. Now I know that it was you. Finally left the lies behind and told the truth. How many years has this become? From the time you haven't seemed to leave your youth. Now I know that it was you. Finally left the lies behind and told the truth. How many years has this become? From the time you haven't seemed to leave your youth. Okay, just as a ballpark idea still. There, okay. Second half of the verse. Seemed to leave your youth. And so I turned around to see you standing there. Recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose all control. I know this isn't real, I just wish I knew it was. And so I turned around to see you standing there, recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. Doesn't rhyme, but I'm gonna go with it. Ooh, what did I sing? Aim to leave your youth. And so I turned around to see you standing there, recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. And so I turned around to see you standing there, recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. And so I turned around to see you standing there, recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. Close. And so I turned around to see you standing there, recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. And so I turned around to see you standing there, recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. And so I turned around to see you standing there, recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. That's it, I gotta keep it higher each time. I'm gonna turn this down just a hair so it blends better. Aim to leave your youth. And so I turned around to see you standing there, recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. And so I turned around to see you standing there, recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. Ooh, I think, let's do third. I just want to see if there's a low part in the middle. To leave your youth. And so I turned around to see you standing there, recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. Maybe. And so I turned around to see you standing there, recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. And so I turned around to see you standing there, recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. And so I turned around to see you standing there, recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. Ah, so close. Okay, so this part, let's look at this for a second. Let me go down to there. Check. Okay, so this part, this is the comping section, which means I just recorded all those parts And if I like one of them, but maybe I liked something else in there, then I can actually cut all of those takes I did together. So for instance, this Vox 2 part. And so I turned around to see you standing there. I recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. Like maybe there was a take down here, take 5. And so I turned around to see you standing there. Recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. Did I ever do whispers right? I hear the whispers of your soul. It's like, I don't know. Let's find out if I did a whisper down here. And lose control. I hear the whispers of your soul. Nope, not that. Let's try that one. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. So it's like I can piece together from all of those takes something that I like. Once I get to the point where I really like it, I can do more detailed editing. I'm actually going to save this version with all those takes. I just made a new version of the track. Now I'm going to just say flatten and merge. Okay, I'm back. And now I can come through and do flex, which is something I use in Logic all the time. Let's see if it works. Come on, flex. Okay, it's analyzing. Live streams are so much fun if things don't work. There it is. So now my vocal, right? This is, let's just add like that little bit. And so I and so I can change my vibrato amount, flatten out the pitch. And so I can also be like, ooh, what would that sound like up there? And so I So then I can actually get the exact performance. This is still rough draft. I mean, if I'm going to record this song ever, I'm probably going to come in and actually re-record all those parts once I've learned them. I mean, that's the difference, right? Right now, I don't know the parts because we just literally made them up in that second. So now I'm fine-tuning the parts I just learned, improvised. Then I would actually learn the parts and re-record them. And so I turned around to see you standing there. Recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black. Let's try that first section. I want to hear how it sounds from the beginning. Now I know that it was you. Finally left the lies behind and told the truth. How many years has this become? From the time you haven't seemed to leave your youth. And so I turned around to see you standing there. Recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was. Oof. So then we would work on this section and just keep on building, right? We'd build and build and build. So here's the next thing I'll show you as we get closer to wrapping this up. One of them is we've got these sections, right? So I've got a verse and a chorus, right? But a song doesn't just have one verse and one chorus. So one really cool thing you can do, if I hold the Option key down, I can click on the verse and move it over to here, and then just like delete those vocal parts. And I've already got the verse built out except for the vocals. And then we can start building out that particular thing. I was thinking about going for about an hour. We're about 3 minutes away. Let me see what we've got for questions. Thiago, find my email address on the YouTube, my YouTube page, my channel page. There should be a way to get my contact information off of there. You can figure out that. I'll send you the track. You can record bass. I figured you might play electric bass given the comment you made. And normally I would just filter out. This is a good musician humor. Filter out the bass player's comments. But I'm in. If you want to try it and you think it would be cool, that would be awesome. Let's just really quickly add a little key part on the intro here. See if we really need the intro. And then we'll go maybe wrap this up. Any other questions? And let me know in the comments, obviously. Let's see, we're going to do something. Here. Intros. I hate writing the intros last, actually, technically. I don't know. Maybe I won't do that right now. I don't know. Now I know that it was you. Now I know that it was you. So loud. There's some arrangement issues I think I'm still thinking about here. So we'll find out. Did that last note too much. down here. I get rid of that. Ooh, yeah.
Now I know that it was you. Finally left the lies behind and told the truth. How many years has this become? From the time you haven't seemed to leave your youth. And so I turned around to see you standing there. Recognize your shape and the blackness of your long black hair. I hear the whispers of your soul and lose control. No, this isn't real, and yet I wish it was.
And actually, while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to use a non-Logic instrument for 1 second. Because I want this to be orchestral leaning in nature. Brass, where are you? Strings, diamond. No, not the Hollywood. Oh, the Hollywood, that's it. Full strings, long. This one. Okay, let me see. Score. Okay, let's see. Score for that. Recording for this. And then let's get that sectioned off. Okay, just add some strings. Man, I'm getting some. I don't know. Did that actually record? Okay, cool. I don't know. But I've been told something didn't go right. Oof. What do I need to do here? Scissors. I gotta just do it again. Not sure I really liked it or not either, but that's how I feel about all this stuff, I guess. Let's see how that sounds. A little softer, maybe. And then just to follow that through, let's do it to see what any vocal sounds like.
Was.
Maybe.
And now I know that it was everything that I would want to be. And so I hear that it was always going to na 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 na. And now we know that this was always going to end the way it did. And now we know that this was never going to last beyond the wind. And now we hear the things I know that I was hearing. And now we know that this is over, it is gone.
Okay, we don't have time. Okay, that's where we're going to wrap. Students, I hope for those of you who are watching this, that this was useful. I'm going to incorporate it into next week's module, so you'll have a chance to do a little response to it for some points. Because I am curious on what your thoughts are. This is not a logic class that we're teaching, but it is an audio production course, and I wanted to share the tool that I'm using and the ways that I use it when I'm doing the creative process. So I hope this was useful. That's it. Let's pull the plug on this, go about our week and weekend. And for those of you in my class, I will be posting stuff up early next week as usual. And you should start to see some of your grades trickle in from the first few modules. So awesome. That's it.